I Just Got Back versus Lagos Baddies. Detty December, Lagos edition. Okrr. I want to share my experience as someone that I spent Christmas 2024 in Lagos and 2023 in Lagos, and I want to share my experience. So, I was once, and I just got back because I once just got back. And let me share the whole idea about this whole, okay, crazy, dirty December. So, Lagos, for example, has always been like the city of that big city of Nigeria. So, even growing up in the eastern part of Nigeria, which is more quiet than Lagos in terms of like population and all, we used to like the times we don't go abroad for Christmas holiday or we don't go to the village, we come to Lagos because Lagos then was like going abroad, to be honest, because at that time like development comes first in Lagos, so they have a lot of things that we didn't have in the east at that time. So coming to Lagos, we could go to the park, we could at that time they had like ShopRites, we didn't have ShopRites and all that. So to be honest, going to Lagos at that time was like going abroad because you're going to come back with, foreign kind of biscuits and sweets and pens and all that stuff. Over time, Lagos kept getting popular as that state that everyone wanted to visit. I think it kind of started in 2023, if I'm right, because I spent Christmas in Lagos 2023. I was in traffic on the 25th of December. I had never experienced that before. Now, when I did my research, what I noticed is that right after the pandemic, of course, the cost of traveling and all that really like skyrocketed and got really expensive, even if you're traveling like to the east. So people that would typically travel to the east for holiday and every other part could not make it because it was like triple expensive. Like I'm talking, it used to cost like 30 something thousand to and fro to go to the east and back. And at that time, it was expensive. Yeah, because flights have always been expensive. So based on like the rate of that time, it was still expensive, but could still play around with it. There was time it was 60,000. And before you know it now, at some time, like going to the east, I saw a ticket of 150,000 one way. That used to be like going to Ghana. Now, as they came up, obviously, the normal thing that happened was that people started using the road, right? And a lot of people were also scared of their safety and stuff like that. So, of course, when there is surge, what happens? The road transportation increased. So, traffic. So, because of it, we had less travel to other states and more people now staying in Lagos, and the traffic doubled. Now, if you know anything about Lagos, it's not peculiar to Nigeria. I used to live in LA, and when I left LA and I came back, the traffic that I experienced, and someone was telling me that traffic had always been that bad during rush hour and all, but why I didn't notice is that I was lucky enough to live in the Burbank area, schooled in the Burbank area, worked there, like everything I did was around there. So I didn't get a chance to experience that crazy traffic, you know what I mean? Because everything was around me. But now Lagos, just like New York and every other very big mega city, has a whole lot of traffic because everybody comes into Lagos for holiday, even when they can't travel abroad. Like I said, people that would normally even go back to their villages could not go because it was more expensive. So there's usually on a normal day crazy traffic in Lagos. Like traffic in Lagos is like you can be going within VI and the traffic situation will be crazy. Now, what now happened is, it's a world where people really take opportunity of or advantage of surge. So because there's really bad traffic in Lagos, a lot of people had heard from the people who came last year to enjoy, no, now we're in 2025, last 2 years, to enjoy Lagos, had gone back, made all these videos about how they had fun, Detty December. Lagos is vibes, Ishal, and so many interesting things, obviously, as you know, all the shows happen in Lagos, from Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, Tiwa Savage, Ayasta, name it, they all have their shows in Lagos during Christmas. So a lot of people came for this. Now, the companies, the transportation companies now took advantage of it. Like a place that will normally cost like 1,500 to go, started costing like 5,000. Yeah, like that's the margin. It didn't go from 1.5 to 2,000. No, it went from like 1.5 to 5,000. Now that's human beings for you taking advantage. For one, they were taking advantage of the fact that they got a lot of foreigners had just come into town, and to them the money was nothing, in the sense that, like, example, changing, if you're coming from the UK or the US, whatever it is, if you change pounds or dollars to naira, you will have more money. Unlike someone coming from Nigeria to UK for summer and they're changing naira to dollars, they will have to pounds, they will have less money. Does that make sense? So what I'm talking about, like complaining, paying 5,000 for a ride, for an Uber or Bolt or Taxify, one of these apps, what I'll complain that, okay, usually why am I paying 5,000 for this short ride? Somebody who's coming with dollars will not complain because that's like $6 for them. You know what I mean? And aside from, like, so paying $6 for them, they're like, oh my god, it's cheap because of where they are making their money. Does that make sense? So everything you see them say, come, let's make hair for 100. I got this hair braided for just $77, for just $100. I saw one guy talking about how he braided his all back for $77, and he was like, is it not worth it? Because where he lives in the States, that to comb his hair, wash it, and everything, he won't be paying $77. According to him, that he would have been paying like over $300. So to him, he found it very cheap. And obviously, in the comment section, everybody was like, no, there is no way we are paying $77. $77, which is almost 80,000 naira to do weaving without extensions. So again, coming for him, that for them is cheaper. So what these businesses do is that, they take advantage of the surge and they increase their fares, especially like salons, hotels. Like, I went to book a hotel for a friend. That hotel was usually about 100 and something thousand. The hotel went down to 300,000. And then you see the I Just Got Backs making videos saying like, oh my god, this is really cheap, like a 5-star hotel for $300. So it's like when people ran out from Paris, remember that time when the citizens were like, it was getting too expensive for them because they were hosting the Olympics, yeah, that kind of thing. So it got expensive for citizens like us that live here and make our money here, but it's more affordable for them because of the currency they are changing from. And again, because it's a holiday. It's a holiday because people plan for it, right? And again, like I said, because of the currency, even if you go to Europe for a holiday, you still will not find it cheap to make your hair because it will be damn expensive because you're coming from naira to euros or pounds or dollars. Now, the argument is that that's it. So obviously for the States, for tourism, it's all good having people coming to. I mean, Lagos was literally trending. They had like badge A, badge B, badge C. Even the people that were not ready to come for Detty December, by the time they were seeing people's videos, which personally I enjoyed the videos. Yes, I enjoyed every single get ready with me as we go to Lagos. I enjoyed the badges that came in. And it was just normal that they take pictures and do things that, like, someone asked me, oh, you live in Lagos, are you enjoying Detty December? And I'm like, Detty December is for people that do not live in Lagos. For me that live in Lagos, that deals with this traffic every day, that my definition of Detty December is resting. It's not going for the shows that I will go for anyways. Like, I don't have to wait till December. You know what I mean? It's like going to Paris, taking pictures at the tower and stuff. And people that live there are like, I see that every day. Yeah. So I know that a lot of Nigerians could not understand why they were experiencing that, but see it that way. See it the same thing like you going to a country and experiencing the same things that the people that live there have already, like, it's their day-to-day life. Now, another thing I loved about it is the fact that whether you like it or not, this opens us up to the world, because there's always so many negative things about, like, Nigeria, about Africa, so many negativity. And it was also so cool to see these people come back, because most of them are Nigerians that live here and traveled when they were really young, and some of them are Nigerians that have never, ever, ever, ever been to Nigeria, but they were raised, as Nigerians in the UK by their parents. So they wanted to experience that thing firsthand. And a few of them are like African Americans trying to trace their roots or just visit the motherland. So trust me, I enjoyed seeing them come. I wish they did more things like feel what a typical Nigerian will feel, like enter transportation, enter the bus, enter the train, go to the local market, price, like leave like a typical Nigerian for a day, because trust me, Nigeria is not just about clubbing, having fun, enjoying. There's more to it. Yeah, because we just like, I wish, a few of them had just en- enjoyed Nigeria and also felt what it was like to live in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria is a very, everybody talking about like traffic and all. Now, mind you, Nigeria, like I said, it's very big. We have over 36 states here. What's the most popular? Lagos for enjoyment. You know what I mean? So a lot of people come, and even though they say, join me as we're going to Nigeria, we all know that in Nigeria is Lagos. So yes, it brings also revenue to the states, because and to the country they paid for what do you call it, visas were paid for, more airlines came in, hotels, tourism, everything. So yes, so now we have learned, for people that live in Lagos, if you're going to be spending Christmas in Lagos, please do your hair before the I just got back come back, because the hairdressers, I heard someone saying that is not fair, but business is not really fair. They have to make their money. They're going to take advantage of the fact that these are foreigners. They don't know the fee. So, or they know the fee, but it's nothing to them. So they want to, enjoy their money. Remember, some of them, as of to the end of the year, haven't even made back their profit. Yeah. So now let me address the other side of, Lagos bodies. A typical Nigerian has pride. A typical Nigerian has pride. That's why you see them say, do you know who I am? You cannot see two people fighting in Nigeria and you will not hear, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I saw when I was moving houses, the two guys, not two, there are more than two, but two of the movers, I had to come out and say, please, what kind of competition of poverty is this? Because they were like, you've not seen what I've seen. Me, that I've carried 10 boxes on my head before. This one say, me, you're even better. I've carried 2 million. You don't know. Like, they were competing for who has seen more poverty. You don't know who I am. I have my own boys. I hire them. It's not because I came here to work. And so that's one thing. A typical Nigerian has pride. Now, there's something else called inferiority complex. I have personally witnessed this, even as someone who lived in Nigeria and someone who lived abroad and came back. So now, people that leave, because there are complaints of people saying that, like, people will see them, they walk up to a table. So one of the ladies actually spoke about walking to a table and saying hi, and they didn't greet her. She ended the statement with, because she's high profile. The moment she said she's high profile because, she's a podcaster or something like that, the moment she said that, I could understand why they didn't say hi. Because trust me, I don't need to be there for you to make that statement and say that because you're high profile, that means you went there with an attitude and you expected them to jump on your feet because you just came into Nigeria. And trust me, I have seen this happen a lot. I have seen people beat the queue because they came back, and they assume that just because they came back, everything should be on standstill. Yeah, for them. Like, you're going to a supermarket, you're shopping, and they just like cross the line to come in. And they're like, hello, excuse me, how much is this? And I'm like, okay, hello, there's a queue. So I'm not even going to lie. I've seen people coming with that. I've seen Nigerians who grew up in Nigeria, travel abroad, and all of a sudden think that they are better than anyone else that lives in the continent. Yeah, they literally think that they are better than anyone else. So they come with that attitude, and a typical Nigerian has pride. So when you come with that attitude of like, hey, like you're saying hi, but you're saying it with like, you should know me. This is not the place. Now remember, this is Nigeria. Everybody is not like, for example, when I was in the States, right? When I was in LA, in Burbank, in uni, for the longest time, I was the only black person. For a while, before I even saw Nigerian, like in my class, like my personal class, I was the only black in the entire classroom. So you know how I could be the star of that moment for being the only dark skinned person, because I'll change my hair and I'm definitely getting compliments because, like, your hair was long yesterday, now it's short. Oh, you had braids. Did you just do it overnight? No one's going to ask you that in Nigeria. So I can see how, in the UK, they can step into somewhere and they will be like the only, or in America, or they could be different, probably like from the accent. And people say, oh, where are you from? And then you come to Nigeria and you expect to be treated differently. No. No, 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 no. So Nigerians have pride. A typical Nigerian is a big girl. You're a big girl, especially Lagos big girls. Like you're a Lagos baddies. You're a big girl on your own. You're wearing lace front. They're wearing lace front. Hello, how may they help you? So they have that attitude. Now the other way as well. I have also seen situations where people feel like because someone came from abroad, they're going to have an attitude, so they want to have the attitude first. When I came back first after school, a friend of mine who I've known for a very long time, someone told her like, "Oh, Sarah is back. Have you called her?" She said, "So you know, people when they travel, they will change. Like you have thought for me ahead of time, you know." And my friend was like, "Ah, so you mean you've not even been calling her?" Of course, I call her. I see her. No, if I change, it's a good thing. Like I cannot go somewhere and be the same. But can you give me the benefit of doubt to even talk to know if like what kind of change is it? Because most time when people say you've changed, it's because maybe you're no longer like I saw a lady, she used to be in Togo, she went back, and when she came back, she couldn't adapt to certain things. And people were like, remember where you come from. Hello, it is okay to go to 24 hours light and come back and not be used to not having electricity. Like, it's okay for you not to want that. It's okay for you to not want to stay certain places again because you can now afford those kind of places. So yes, I have seen that firsthand happen. I've been to like there's this restaurant I walked into, it's called The Place. So the lady serving, the girl said, "Hi, can I have meat pie?" And the girl had this attitude and she had murmured on that and I heard it and she was like, so Igbo people that think they're better than anyone else. I'm like, auntie, one, she's not Igbo because in Nigeria Igbo is white or foreign. She is black. Secondly, she was not rude. The girl was like, "Thank God, ma'am." She was like, "Really, I'm so happy you were here," because even me, I was like wondering. I was like, "Yeah, why were you giving her an attitude?" So apparently complex. The girl had seen her and she had just assumed that because she had an accent that she was going to be rude. So ahead of time, she now wanted to be rude. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So yeah, it's totally a complex thing. At the end of the day, we are one, and all the people saying, "Oh, go back, we're tired of you, please." That is not it. If there's traffic, we'll stay in our house. Come back with the traffic. I'll tell you why. Because, you know, from their videos, I saw parts of Lagos that even I myself that live in Lagos, I don't get to experience it. Like, at the end of the day, like when you're in another man or another land, you know, as a black person, it's a lot. So coming back here, guys, like they are meant to feel welcome. They are meant to feel accepted because what a lot of them have to deal with every single day of their life, profiled because of their color, profiled because of their skin tone, because of like so many things. I don't think they should experience that coming back. So I see it more from an advantage point of view, like seeing trends like Lagos is Miami, Lagos is trending, we have to be in Lagos, and seeing people saying, "I am preparing to be in Lagos next year for Christmas, I'm not missing it, I'm saving already." I'm like, that's the way, like, that's it. But you guys should tell our story and your story if you're Nigerian, obviously. Tell our story like ourselves. We are tired of people telling our stories coming to Nigeria and only going to the poor part. Like there's no poor part in their own where they are coming from. We're tired of them folks coming here and painting us like something else, like we are from just one Wakanda that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on the I Just Got Back versus the Lagos baddies, and it's the new year, so I'm going to be missing those videos. So I am definitely looking forward to this year, and I hope that the Lagos state government will take advantage of this and build more, like work on, like kudos to the current Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, where he asked the LASMA to work 24 hours, which is like traffic control. So yes, and now we have trains. So I hope they experience that more by using train, and I hope that the government plans for the arrival for the arrival, and just make something out of it, just like how we have in other places, just like make it a thing. And yeah, and we get to exchange, because it's so important. Like there's a lot of places that I haven't been to. I know a lot of it because of the conversations that I had with people or what I watched on TV. So exchanging culture and all, it's amazing. So yes, let me know your 2 cents. Let me know if you came back, if you're planning to come back, if you're hoping, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, if you slept in traffic. Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Sarah Donald. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Bye.